Logan Paul reveals there's a pullout clause for Dillon Danis for their boxing match. If Dillon pulls out, he has to pay $100K. Logan also claims that Dillon is broke. Logan said, "I'm convinced he's not going to show up. The clause is this: if he pulls out because of some sort of injury that he fakes, a doctor of our choosing has to verify the injury. And then if he is indeed faking it, he has to pay $100,000. There is a pullout clause. He's broke. This guy sucks. He's a parasite of the MMA and combat world. That's why I took the fight initially. If he does show up, I get to be the one. I get to be the one to take an eraser and remove him from existence. His name will never be uttered again. He'll die that night, twice." Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland is official.
What's up, everybody? UFC President Dana White here. UFC 293 is in Sydney, Australia on Saturday, September 9th. The main event, Israel Adesanya defends his middleweight title against 5th-ranked Sean Strickland. This will be Adesanya's 11th consecutive UFC title fight. What I love about Israel, he's always ready to take on the best in the world, anyone, anytime. And Strickland is an absolute maniac who doesn't back down from anyone. This will be a great fight. The co-main event is Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. Top 10 heavyweights. Both of these guys have insane power. There will be no judges needed for this fight. Also on the card, Kai Kara France faces Manel Kape in a matchup of top flyweight contenders. Plus, we've rebooked Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane. These two heavyweights faced each other on June 24th, and it was a great fight for about 30 seconds before Lane accidentally eye-poked Tafa, resulting in a no contest. These two wanted a rematch to finish what they started, and we're giving it to them. We haven't been back to Sydney in 6 years. It's one of the greatest cities in the world. UFC 293, Adesanya versus Strickland on Saturday, September 9th. Tickets on sale now, so make your plans today, and I will see you at the fights.
It looks like Geoff Neal is pulling out of the fight against Ian Garry. Ian posted this to his Twitter. He wrote, "Geoff Neal has bitched out. I'm still showing up in Boston. Ain't no one stopping me."
So I just talked to Sean Shelby. Geoff Neal is pulling out.
Okay, why?
He has he's saying, and he's not been able to train.
Okay.
His pussy hurts.
Okay, we know the truth. Okay. The moment you said that message, I knew it. Geoff Neal's a What is God showing me right now? Is this God giving me what I initially asked for in Neil Magny? That is what I'm trying to work out in my mind right now. That is what I'm trying to work out. When I get met with situations like this, I try to think about why is this happening, as opposed to say Geoff Neal's out. Does that make sense? I can't. If he's pulling out, there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing. It's out of my control. I just have to sit here and think, why?
Renato Moicano says that although a lot of MMA fans don't like Terrance McKinney, he believes he will get the W in his fight on August 12th. Terrance is fighting Mike Breeden. Renato says he is very bad. As always, go subscribe to Renato's YouTube channel. Links down below.
I know a lot of you guys don't like him, and I know why you guys don't like him, but that's not my problem. I think he's going to win. Why, Moicano? Why do you think he's going to win? Terrance McKinney is going to win because his opponent is very bad. Mike Breeden, he lost to Hernandez in 1 minute of the first round, in a short day notice. After that, he fought Nathan Levy and he lost in a unanimous decision. His record is 10-5. That's a bad record for being UFC. And I think that's a recovery fight for Terrance McKinney. So even though if you don't like the guy, most likely he will win.
So Dana White is facing some backlash from the MMA community today. After the Tuesday Night Contender Series last night, Dana White at the press conference confirmed that the UFC will not be paying Stephen Thompson. If you're not caught up on this situation, Wonderboy was scheduled to fight Michel Pereira at UFC 291, and Pereira missed weight by 3 pounds. Wonderboy decided to not fight Pereira because of this, rather than going ahead with the fight and accepting a percentage of Pereira's purse. Wonderboy went on the MMA Hour after the fact with Ariel Helwani and said that he hoped he would still be paid because he showed up and made weight like he was supposed to. Here's what Dana White had to say in response.
Wonderboy said that he wasn't paid for showing up. Is that something new in the contracts where like you don't have to make weight and get your show money? Or he also said that he didn't talk to you yet, so.
Right. So how that works is guys don't just get paid to not fight. It's not how that works. Guys have been paid. We've taken care of guys. Hey, listen, if you come in and you're making short money, we take care of you. You come in and you don't fight. First of all, you decided not to fight. The guy was 3 pounds overweight, whatever it was. You get a piece of his purse if you take the fight. But if you decide you don't want to take the fight, we also offered him another fight. You know, there's a much bigger story behind the scenes. And no, you don't just show up and say, yeah, I'm not going to fight. I want $250,000. Not the way it works. It hasn't worked that way for anybody. So what we do is we try to get you another fight. We try to turn you around quickly. If you don't turn around quickly, then we try to figure out, well, what did it cost for your camp? We'll reimburse you. You know, there's a lot of different ways that this gets worked out. You don't just go, yeah, this guy's 3 pounds over, I'm not gonna fight, and no, I won't take another fight 2 weeks later and pay me my show money. Not how it works. You don't fight, you don't get paid necessarily in the contract, but we always make sure that we take care of everybody, and you know, we're working it out with Wonderboy right now. It's all being worked out behind the scenes, and this should all be worked out by Saturday.
So the feedback from the MMA community after Dana White said this hasn't been great. Tim Kennedy reposted it. He wrote, "This is what happened to me after my scheduled fight with Rashad. I had to cut weight twice and fight a new opponent on short notice. Gastelum smashed me." Another former UFC fighter, Beck Rawlings, said UFC don't even pay your health insurance gap if you get injured or need surgery. Now that's the real crime here. You not only get injured and can't fight, you lose out on the money already invested in camp, and then have to pay the insurance gap to even get treated. Now for some comments from MMA fans. At least pay him show money. In my opinion, if a fighter is able to make weight, he deserves show money. Meanwhile, Dana's still handing out more bags of cash to the Nelk boys than his fighters. Dana acting like $250K is preposterous, as if he doesn't go out with the Nelk boys and blow $250K in 1 hour on blackjack. Get out of here, Dana. Draconian contract. Straight unethical. Wonderboy is there on weight and not getting younger. It should be on the UFC to take care of him, obviously. Why not you're guaranteed your show money to make weight? Makes no sense. Claiming Thompson doesn't want to fight after the dude did a whole camp and made weight in order to fight is crazy. Blaming the victim. Meanwhile, missing weight has weak consequences. That other fight was 100% Shavkat, and that's why Dana didn't say his name. Bro would rather give $250K to the Nelk boys, but that's how the show and win structure is. He showed up, his opponent didn't. Pay Wonderboy. Huge UFC fan, but that's some BS. Wonderboy is a veteran, and he has put himself on the line so many fights, least the company can do is pay the guy. That's just a dirtbag move, TBH. And can't believe Dana said that. Wonderboy fulfilled his contract obligation and showed up on weight. He can't help his opponent was unprofessional and didn't do the same. His opponent should be penalized, not the guy actually doing his job. So what do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you believe Wonderboy should be paid regardless? Post your thoughts in the comments. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from The Eagle Has Landed. It says, correction of the title. Logan Paul versus. The second one's from Peter Griffin. It says, the fact that Dillon is still getting the opportunity to fight on Misfits is mad. And the final one says, funny how Aljo talked that trash about laying around and milking points, and quickly backtracked saying, I'm not saying that's wrong, quickly remembering his fights with Jan. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.